Everyone, and welcome to Top Comics to Pre-Order in a Flash. My name is Matt. Andy is on vacation, so it's just going to be me today, but we still wanted to bring you this video to give you a head start on all of the great books that are on final order cutoff this coming weekend. Just to let you know some of the biggest ones. Of course, we'll be talking about more of them on Friday, but these are the biggest and best ones that we thought you might want to know about. Before we get started, be sure to head over to infinityflux.net. That is where you can pre-order all of these books right now if they are to your liking. But we're going to get started with one that is very appropriate for today, and that is Absolute Superman #2. #1 came out today. It is so good. It's selling like hotcakes. Everybody's wanting this book, and rightly so because it's awesome. This is still written by Jason Aaron with art by Rafa Sandoval. Now, the solicitation doesn't tell us too much about this issue. It just references Superman's fight with these peacemakers that we see in issue #1. I guess we're just going to get more of that in this issue. And there's going to be a little bit more Lois Lane in issue #2 as well. We only got a little bit of a peek of her in issue #1, so we're going to see more of her in this. Very excited. I can't wait. I love this book and cannot wait to read the next issue. And to go along with this, we also have Absolute Superman #1 Noir edition, and this is just a black and white version of issue #1. They released these for Absolute Batman, Absolute Wonder Woman #1, and I think Batman and Robin Year 1. So this is a thing that DC is doing only with #1s. It's not going to be every issue, but yeah, this is a cool black and white edition of Absolute Superman #1. Keeping in line with the Superman theme, we have the Superwoman Special. This is a one-shot, and if you're currently reading Joshua Williamson's Superman, you know that Lois Lane now has superpowers, but we have no idea why. Well, this one-shot is going to tell us how she got those powers, maybe how long they're going to last, if maybe they're not permanent. It's going to tell us maybe who wants these powers for themselves, and it's going to guest star the Atom, Mr. Terrific, Supergirl, and Silver Banshee. So if you read Superman 19 and loved it, but were a little bit confused as to why Lois Lane is now Superwoman with superpowers, this issue is going to answer that question. Next at Marvel, we have TVA #1, and this is a new, I believe this is a mini-series, and this is about the TVA, the Time Variance Authority. They have begun to expand their tolerance of variance in the multiverse, and they have enlisted some new recruits from various timelines to help them do that. But these variants come from worlds that have been wiped from existence. So we have, you can see on the cover, Captain Carter. We have Gambit from a different world, not the 616 Gambit. And we have Spider-Gwen, which is really cool. But wait a minute. I thought these characters were from worlds that have been wiped out. Does that mean Spider-Gwen's world has been destroyed, erased, wiped out from existence? We have no idea. We'll have to read this to find out, but it should be interesting to read. Going back to DC, we have Batman Dark Patterns #1. This is going to be a 12-issue series, and this is set during the early years of Batman's career at his most stripped-down core, relying only on his wits and his skills to solve 4 mysterious cases. And the first case that he is going to tackle is one about a series of gruesome murders. Are they the work of your average serial killer, or is there something more sinister at play? A younger Batman is going to have to put on his detective hat and try to figure out what is going on here. And then, kind of related to Batman, we've got Two-Face #1. This is going to be a 6-issue miniseries. And in this one, both sides of Harvey Dent, over the course of the last couple years, both sides of him have reached an uneasy peace, an uneasy alliance, and he's a little bit more in control of himself now. And now he's going to use his skills as an attorney to resolve the conflicts of Gotham's most dangerous criminals. And he's going to start with Victor Zsasz. So that should be pretty cool. Victor Zsasz is one of the more out there Batman foes, so it's going to be cool to see Two-Face try to work with him. And next we have a new book from Image called Juvenile. This is going to be a 5-issue series, and this is set in a future where a deadly virus kills everyone when they reach adulthood. So teenagers are confined to these massive medical facilities, but they're not the nicest places in the world. Most of them are ruled with an iron fist, and they're just not treated very well. Well, everything is going to change with the arrival of a mysterious new patient who reveals that the virus hasn't killed them or isn't going to kill them, but instead gave them telekinetic abilities that the adults desperately want to suppress with medication and experimental surgeries and things like that. So this teenager is going to use their powers to escape, but will discover that not only are their lives at stake, but also the fate of the human race. So it sounds like this may expand out of just one of those medical facilities. And next up, we have a new book from Distillery. Now, I think this might be a one shot, or it might be a 3-issue series. I couldn't see any issues beyond number one for this, so I'm not quite sure how long this is going to run. But this is a new book called "You Won't Feel a Thing" from Scott Snyder and Jock, the creative powerhouses there. This is about a former homicide detective named Jack Bernard. He is now alone in a retirement home, and he has a brain tumor that is slowly sapping his mind of all of his memories. But a cold case involving a serial killer that he worked on once in his career, that comes back up again. So he's going to have to call on his remaining memories to stop a killer that only he believes really exists. Sorry about that. We've also got Creepshow 2024 Holiday Special. So the next three books, see if you can notice a pattern here. The Creepshow 2024 Holiday Special, this is a one-shot. This is going to feature two anthology stories, just like all the other Creepshow books. Now, we are getting into books that are coming out in December, so coming out around Christmas time. And this says to have a ho-ho horrifying holiday season. We're going to get one story that will have you crying for your mummy in the new year, and another story that quickly takes a shocking turn before a live studio audience. So, Creepshow is one of my favorite horror books, and I can't wait to see the same thing, but with a little bit of a holiday twist. And then we have another one from Image called Dread the Halls. And this is going to be a one shot. And this is another collection of holiday themed horror tales to read curled up by the light of a Yule log. It's going to feature stories of ghosts, ghastly abominations, and vile creatures. We don't really know more than that, but we just want to let you know about another horror anthology holiday book. And we have one more of those. This is from EC, or from Oni Press, in their EC line called EC's Shiver Suspenstories. And this is also going to be a one shot featuring 56 pages of shocking chills. Now, this is going to be the first in a series of extra sized EC specials featuring tales of horror, science fiction, and suspense. So it actually kind of sounds like a combination of their Epitaphs from the Abyss and Cruel Universe, and I love both of those books. And it's just going to feature new tales of merry dismemberment and Yuletide destruction from writers such as Jason Aaron and Ben H. Winters and more. And there's going to be a newly remastered holiday classic from the EC Vaults. And some of the more classic EC stories are some of the best horror stories that you can get. So there's actually even more holiday themed horror books coming out that we will talk more about on Friday. And that is it for Top Comics to pre-order in a flash. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember to head over to infinityflux.net where you can pre-order these right now. And be sure to come back on Friday where I go over all of these books, all their variant covers, plus a bunch more stuff that is going to be on FOC this weekend. Because like we say every week, this is another big week of comics, and we definitely want to make sure that you get a jump start on pre-ordering all of these books so that you don't run out, or so that you don't miss out, I guess I should say. So guys, again, thank you so much for watching, and until Friday, see ya.